like if you found the video valuable. When Daniel and Priya signed the lease for apartment 12B, they thought they had stumbled upon a rare blessing in the middle of the city, spacious, affordable, and with a view of the skyline. The landlord was almost too eager to hand over the keys. "Place has been empty for a while," he muttered. "Glad to see someone finally move in." The first night, everything seemed perfect. They unpacked, ordered takeout, and fell asleep to the faint hum of traffic below. But sometime after midnight, Priya woke Daniel, trembling. "Do you hear that?" she whispered. At first, he thought it was the neighbors. But as he listened closely, he realized the sound wasn't coming from next door. It was coming from inside their apartment, soft, hushed voices seeping through the walls, like a dozen people murmuring at once. "Maybe it's the pipes," Daniel said, forcing a laugh, though his stomach twisted. The whispers stopped at dawn. By the third night, the voices had grown clearer. They weren't random murmurs anymore, they were calling names. Daniel, Priya. The couple searched every corner of the apartment, pulling furniture away from the walls, checking vents and floorboards. Nothing, except for one door in the hallway, a closet, locked tight. When they asked the landlord about it, his reply was curt. "Maintenance storage, don't worry about it," but the voices kept bleeding through. At night, they begged to be let out. Sometimes they wept, sometimes they laughed. On the seventh night, Priya couldn't take it anymore. She stood before the closet, pressing her ear to the wood. The whispers hushed, as if they were listening too. "Please," Priya whispered back without knowing why. The lock clicked from the inside. Daniel grabbed her hand. "Don't." His voice shook. "We'll move. We'll leave tomorrow." But Priya's hand turned the knob before he could stop her. The door creaked open to darkness. A smell of rot rushed out, heavy and suffocating. Daniel fumbled for the light switch in the hallway. The bulb flickered, revealing the inside of the closet. It wasn't filled with tools or cleaning supplies. Instead, there were claw marks carved into the plaster, fingernail scratches running down the walls. A pile of yellowed bones lay in the corner, mouths frozen in silent screams. Then the light blew out. Darkness swallowed them, but the whispers didn't stop this time. They grew louder, overlapping, screaming, howling. Hands, cold, bony hands, shot out of the closet and dragged Priya into the void. Daniel lunged, but the door slammed shut in his face. Her screams echoed once, then silence. He pounded on the wood until his fists bled, crying her name. Then, slowly, the lock clicked open again. The door swung wide. The closet was empty. No bones, no scratches, no Priya. Just blackness yawning endlessly where the wall should have been. From the darkness, a chorus of whispers rose again. But this time, they didn't call Priya's name. They called his. Daniel backed away, shaking, but the door slammed shut with a final thud. When the landlord returned the next morning to check on them, the apartment was silent. Apartment 12B was once again empty, just as it had been for years. And that night, the whispers started calling a new name.